Hey, what's up YouTubers? Welcome to Shopfield Music on another gear review slash unboxing. And today we're going to talk some TRS cable to Midi.
You hear that? If we're not having fun, we're not doing it right.
So I bought the Boss-RC10R. And if you've been following the channel, you know that my pedal board really is based around the Boss ES8, which in the Boss ES8 I also use an MXR tap tempo to control the clock. So the MXR tap tempo goes into my Boss ES8 as the master clock, I think, if I'm saying that right. And then it sends a Midi to my H9, which is in my effects loop, as well as my MXR Echoplex, which is an analog pedal. So I can do both of those off of the Boss ES8. Now my whole purpose for getting the Boss-RC10R was to be able to control the clock time and adjust the tap tempo of each loop and drum pattern. At least I was hoping that was the case. I've been reading a ton online and I can't seem to find any cables. The closest I found was a place called Ramble Effects, which these guys are really cool. Fast shipment. They send you some candy as well. Good stuff. I give a shout out to these guys. I ordered 2 of them because whenever I look for weird stuff like this and it's not terribly expensive, I'll get a couple just for backup. And come to find out that the wiring on this, if you can see that, is different for the TRS cable than what the Boss is calling for. This is my old Midi cable. You can see I cut it. I had soldered this one myself. It was just Midi to Midi. But I started to take it apart and I realized, you know, I probably should film this. Since I can't find anything on the internet, I'm sure other people aren't finding anything on the internet. Unless it just must be my Safari. I use Safari. I'm not into all the other stuff. So we're gonna try to wire this to this so that I can make that Midi cable from the out of my H9 to the in of the Boss-RC10R, and I'm hoping this works. Hoping I don't have to make 2 of these, because I read somewhere somebody was saying they had to start with the Boss-RC10R and then from there run the Midi. So let's go. Okay, so here what I'm doing is mapping out all the wires. I want to make sure that it's going to be the right wiring setup that Boss has called for the looper. It goes from a 5-pin to a 3.5 millimeter TRS cable. You can get all this stuff off the internet, or you can just pause my video back where I was showing you the screens on how the wiring is supposed to be done. And just cleaning up the ends here. I'm gonna prep them. I like to prep both ends, get them all just prepped and ready. Get them ready for tinning. Make sure you put your shrink tubes or sleeves or any collars that you're putting on your cables first before you solder anything on the end. Can't tell you how many times I've had to desolder the ends. I make all my own cables for my pedal boards, so I've had enough practice and screw-ups, that's for sure. And here we can check continuity to make sure that which color is going to either the tip, the ring, the sleeve, or one of the 5 pins of the Midi. You can do that with your meter. And we're tinning. Process that you actually want to get some of the solder on each one of the wire leads. I'm double checking my mapping, I think, because I do not want to desolder. I'm always second guessing myself with this work. My wife came in the room and we were talking for a second, hence the chipmunks. Sorry about that. It's kind of neat when you fast forward a video, you can hear the cars going down the road outside. And see, once you've tinned them, all you've got to do, these Midi cables are so fine and little. All you got to do is hold the, get them close to each other, and then you heat both of them up and they solder right to themselves. And I took some tape, electrical tape, and went in between all the solder joints so that there wasn't a chance that anything was going to touch. Once I brought the shrink tube over it and heated that up. Tidying up and cleaning the wires, making sure that there isn't going to be any kind of a grounding issue. And then you get your jackets together and for the final inspection. This is going to make sure that the desired pin is going to go to the proper sleeve, tip, or ring of the 3.5 millimeter TRS. We're doing the heat shrink here. And my torch didn't work. I had to go get a lighter. Just carefully heat that up and down.
All right, so there you go. Homemade Midi to TRS cable. This will now go on the Boss-RC10R from the H9 Max that's on the board, and hopefully switch the clock.
Hey John,
what's up, Matt?
that was some fascinating information you gave me on that Tuesday Gear Day video.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, I really appreciated that.
You're welcome.
You know, I find those to be really handy.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody else thinks that.
If you do, you should subscribe.
Right here.
And here's some more videos for you.
Don't forget to bell it, yo. Cheers!